Hey guys, how are you? Good. We're here to do a reading. So, I think that is fine. So we're gonna do a reading. I'm so sorry. I just want to make sure that screen is. I should just be using my new phone, but the issue I've been having with my new phone is the fact that it's not been working out as well as I anticipated. It's working out amazing, but it's too smart for me. Literally, too smart for me. And the screen, I've already broke the screen protector in a week. So we are gonna do a reading, and this is gonna be for Geminis. I put all my decks in boxes. So I'm trying to decide what to use. Okay, so we're gonna do this where we can find out who's participating around Gemini. This one has all of our girls. Isn't that the cutest case? I wish the cards were more the colors. Oh, I put my Greek eye in there because the other box is like a light brown. Should we use this deck? Okay. Use this one for Geminis. I'm Greek and I'm a gem, so why not? We use our divination deck. These ones have a paper one, and I don't like it. And actually, it took me a long time to be able to do this, but I put these ones in this one. It took me a while. They don't always like each other based on the energy. So, like, there's those inside this deck. So let's first find out what the universe is going to say for Gemini. I guess we could do Gemini's past life. I can go back to doing... I actually used to do Gemini's past life. The past life reads did really well, and I wanted to do a couple more since. So we're going to do Gemini's past life read. I was Cleopatra in another life, so perfect deck. Totally kidding. Or am I? I don't know. So this is going to be for my Geminis, what they went through and or who they were in their past lives. It'll be a little bit complicated. Queen of Chalices! Cleopatra was a Cancer sign. Just saying. Just saying. You guys, my hair is a mess from the boat. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm summer. I slept like a rock last night. It was so nice to be at the water. I balanced so well compared to everyone else. It's so funny. I remember people were like, how do you just like walk on something and it like doesn't move? I walk on water for fun. Don't tell them. Met a male Scorpio. He's cute. He's like 27, 28. I don't know. In his 40s. It's funny to hear a 20-year-old Scorpio guy. I'll stick with the older ones. It actually let me know, though, Scorpios. They're funny. They're just very funny. Anyways, so this is going to be a reading. Reading for Gemini. Gemini, past life. I'm so hot right now. Why is it when I start reading, I get really hot? It's going to be Gemini's past life. Obviously, you were a queen. I think you were Cleopatra. Oh, fuck. This is going to get interesting. I guess I'm just wearing a sports bra. Okay, I'll be right back. Hi, my love bug. How are you? I didn't even know I had the chain. Good morning. Good morning. What's in your paws? What happened? What are you getting in on your free time? Okay, mister. I'll allow you to go. I love you. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you for saying hello. Okay. I didn't say hello. You made me come here to you. Okay, so we're going to start off the reading by saying, obviously, you're a queen. You could have had an older brother or sister who was a Sagittarius. A Temperance specifically, which means they would have been a delegator, is what I'm hearing specifically. Oh my gosh, Temperance just showed up again. This is for Gemini's past life reading. Gemini's past life reading. Thank you for showing that. Gemini's past life. You guys had a kid. One, I'm hearing. At least the Cancer woman. I don't know why I just said that. At least the water sign that you were in a second life. Potentially, obviously. You know me as a reader. I will never 100% say yes. Some readers will. That's up to them. At the end of the day, to me, I don't 100% know. God knows. Until I'm on the other side, I won't know. I'm a very literal person that way. You, were very, submissive last life. And last life would have been sooner than Cleopatra's time, by the way. You had a kid. Whoever this Temperance was would. I think they got multiple people pregnant. Or more than one person. In the past life. Yeah, you caught the snake. So, in other words, that's ironically hilarious. I'm sorry, that's why I'm giggling, because Cleopatra is all about snakes. But then it would have been the Queen of Chalices would have caught the snake. Which, inevitably, we know, I like snakes. Everyone's so against them. But to me, a dragon's dangerous and a snake's dangerous, you know? Obviously, different belief systems have different ideologies. But again, they're all mysticism and myths. Except for the most dangerous snake in the world, which then you can also research. They don't attack unless attacked. But they're sneaky people couldn't really get away with things. Your family was very, very, very protected. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Greek mythology, Greek mythology. I wasn't trying to go back that far. But we'll roll with it, I guess. Why do you keep telling me that? Okay, now I'm hearing Greek mythology, Greek mythology. It's like annoying. And Zeus, Zeus, Zeus. But it's really faint. Well, I guess the multiple partners would make sense for the temperance on Zeus, but no offense, if we had multiple lives, you would have had multiple lives before mythology, multiple lives. So I don't understand. Whatever. I guess it's not for me to understand. That's what I just heard. You're right. But last time I checked, I was doing the reading, so we don't need an attitude. That's my job. Okay, explain them. You lived a very happy life until someone basically walked away from a spiritual belief system. I don't... Maybe that's the snake that was caught. Looking into a spiritual belief system. There's way too many, but I'll see what they have to say. I don't know if I got a new guy, but you need to like fucking change your attitude, because only one of us can have an attitude in this household, and that would be me. Okay, gems. So Geminis, if one of you has a problem in your life with, you're perfect, everything's perfect, you find the perfect person, or what you think is, let's be honest, if you're like one of those Geminis that ends up in a relationship, you're fine, the person's fine, maybe you're not fine when you first meet each other, you know what I mean, but you end up growing where you're both in healthy mind frames, in a sense. And you get so many people from the outside coming and convoluting and destroying, ultimately. Whether you know the people or not. Your relationships inevitably, because whoever the... It's actually like a masculine that's in a feminine body. So in other words, okay, so if we looked at a relationship or people, even identity is the way I look at it, okay? So the way I am personally, because we're all different, is I am a dominant, I'm a masculine until I end up being in a relationship. Then I switch completely feminine, which will be good or bad. Because if a person is feminine in a relationship, we're not going to work because I need a man. Because when I'm in a relationship and I feel safe, I'm not dominant at all. I'm extremely anti-confrontational. I don't want issues. I just like to create. I just like to take care of. Literally, I feel like the fucking most nurturing of them all. Now I'm realizing that's why it comes to my detriment, because I get completely taken advantage of. But it doesn't matter. I will never move in with someone until I'm engaged. I've learned that lesson now by multiple guys. Actually by one. The last one when I was with. Only a year and a half. It's stupid. Anyways. Yeah, he's a victim of his mom's life. Just ignore that and move on. But with that being said, if you've had, like, let's just say you get in a relationship, everything is going really good, and then in the midst of nowhere, I swear, it just is like you blink your eyes, and it's a shit show. And you don't even understand really how it gets that way so fast. And then you realize it's a whole bunch of outsiders. This has been happening over and 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 over. And the whole key that it's trying to repeat, why it keeps repeating itself, because it has to do with looking into how you're bending over for people and making sure there's a balance before you even start doing that. Whoever is around you and or has been a constant ideology and or person, energy, whatever fucking one wants to fucking call it to make it sound special and loopy-doopy, whatever. Whatever this is that keeps being a consistent synchronicity throughout lifetimes has to do with these people are built to come in and attack your guys' relationship on the sense that it is a divinely guided relationship. Meaning, if it could fucking work, wow. But unfortunately, the masculine that you have around you that turns into a feminine when you're together, everything gets fucked up. Why? Because they choose to become a feminine when you're together. What does that mean? Does that mean, a feminine is bad? No. What that's meaning is this relationship that you guys have together inevitably is a power couple. So, as we know with the moon, yin, yang, equal balance, if you are a queen or if you are a masculine, which actually, ideally, to be a queen, it is to be more so, really think about it, soft natured, because it's all about protecting. Queens don't need to be outraged because they have kings to protect them. It's when we get those people that teach us not to be connected and or we are not protected within childhood that this whole shit show explodes into a chaos clusterfuck. And the ideology and energy and who we are and what we are and how to get through these karmas and what is wrong and what's actually happening repeatedly, because there are situations in our life, goosebumps, so it resonates with someone, whether you believe it or not, it resonates. This person inevitably always ends up having some sort of mishap at work, whether it was years and centuries ago and they traveled around and they'd fuck around, or whether it was last lifetime and they traveled artifacts and then they'd meet people at work and they'd basically cheat. That is why this person is so mentally boggled down each lifetime. And they go around like, no one wants, it's the victim and it's boo me, because they've realized for the energy around them 4 lifetimes is always this way. So when they see you and you enter their life, every lifetime, it's the same fucking repeated bullshit. It's like they've never seen you, but they feel like they're connected to you, but then you have this like fucking freak romance, like just amazing. All of a sudden, a couple people from the past, whether that's a person from their past that's still trapped to them because they still pay their booty hole bills, or whether that's a fucking, who knows, a fucking hog behind them that won't leave. Maybe it's them that's strapped to a little, who the fuck knows? There's people that fucking just need people in their life because they're that insecure. Ideally, you're like, yeah, but they weren't that insecure when they were with me. How do they keep, that's the point. They choose every fucking lifetime to get disturbed in work because they never have been able to find out each lifetime that together you guys are a power couple, therefore everything they want can happen like that. But since it's never happened, because they always get caught in this bullshit crap and people, that they can't seem to realize that every fucking lifetime that they are literally the miserable ones, and they're not, they don't get it. And so you go every single lifetime trying to manifest and look into love that you know you've had, but you can't seem to figure it out. In other words, this person is literally longing to be wealthy and famous to a certain extent. Let's say in modern time. And they do not know, it's like they literally would be connecting with you, marrying, connecting, whatever fucking word. But I know marriage makes people feel good. Good for you. You have your name on a piece of paper. You want a sticker? Like, no offense, get over yourself. You are probably an earth baby. Just saying. Because the only people that really care about marriage and paper is earth. Just saying. And by the way, there's a reason why legally, even if you were with someone for 7 years, you'd be considered married. So that piece of paper is a very literal piece of paper for you. For you to feel secure that that person can't tear that paper up and walk away without you creating hell for them, which is your own karma, earth. Because you need to realize that just because man creates it, you don't have control over it. Or if man didn't create it, just because man gets to use it, you don't have control over it. And that's one of your biggest karmas you're going to have to realize in life. But anyways, Empress. So like I said, you were a mother in the other lifetime. What I sensed is one kid. It was a boy. Wrong, right? I don't know. Indifferent, who knows, right? We're not there in our past life. The other woman could have also been something like that, but then you have the moon, okay? So the way karma works is, let's just say this lifetime, okay? Wait, no, last lifetime. Except for, I don't even know, this lifetime seems very far from now, but anyways. I'm sorry, my ADD in the morning is terrible, you guys. I will say I could probably whip out 12 zodiac signs per morning with my ADD. And then it would make me feel human because I'd be worn out at the end. But so, inevitably, there's just like channeling too. You guys know I just hate these fucking words that put me in a box with how everyone else chooses to understand me. Moving on, actually. I don't know what I'm hearing. So I'm hearing the other person that they got together with was the polar opposite of you. So if you're skinny and light, they are curvy and tan. I'm hearing brown. So that might be brown hair, brown color. I don't know. Brown. So in other words, exotic and cute. Right? Yeah, maybe. Okay, I'm hearing brown hair, long brown hair. But that could just be the one specific. Yeah, I'm hearing, blonde hair and brown hair. So I think they're just showing it's indifferent. Okay? Okay. And now you're hearing Spanish. Spain. Again, this is channeling. And so since I'm protected when it comes to channeling, my guides only allow me to hear what they want me to hear. So what does that mean? I've had to explain this multiple times. So I guess I'll explain this now because I've been doing so many readings. So when someone's talking to me and I'm channeling a message, what does this mean? This means, since I'm protected, this is the way that I can best explain it. When someone's talking to me, that's passed on, let's just say. Since I'm protected, it's like I'm me, right? And I have this little white light all around me all the time. I could see it. That's why I know other people could see it, because I could see it Also, this huge angel that's bigger than 6 foot behind me. And he just kind of sits like this all the time. It scares the fuck out of psychics. I love it. Sorry. I'm not supposed to brag or talk about it. Anyways, he's very shy. No, I'm just not allowed to talk about him any further. I should not have said that. So anyways, I basically have these other identities, let's just say, talk to me, and it's like there's this water bubble around me. Remember how you say literally like a bubble that floats in the air? It's kind of like I'm in a bubble, but I just, like, my head floats and I can see things and I decide when I want to. It's also why I always kind of like feel weird, like I do things and my body doesn't feel like it can catch up with it because I'm a little too euphoric in my brain. But when these identities come forth, let's just say the past people that my guards is that they're telling me, guides is what we agreed on the terminology, so I don't feel like I'm being controlled. My guards or guides do is if the person's allowed to come, we can't control how someone's going to respond, so all they can do is protect me. So if the person's going to come and give me a whole bunch of energy in the very beginning, all I'm going to hear is like a ringing of noise, and I'm going to personally know that that's too chaotic of energy, and I'll ignore it. It starts to hurt my ears, and that's usually negative. Or when someone's coming in kind of like word vomit, as I say, before I even know what's going on, okay? Because I have to be balanced. The second thing that will happen is usually they start to come in. It's kind of like my guides give them a lesson, okay? Well, this is how you have to come into her. Most people listen. So then when they start talking to me, I can hear them, but it sounds like someone's talking outside of a bubble. So it sounds like I can hear it, but it's very tunneled at the same time. So I usually can get words unless they repeat themselves over and over and over. And because of the words and they're repeating themselves, and I'm also part deaf in one ear, so I do read off of vibrations, movement, higher, lower pitches. I do better with lower pitches than higher pitches. So if it's a higher pitch and it was like when it was saying Zeus, 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 it was like a pulsing. Do you know what I mean? And that's how I could clearly identify the wording as well. Then what starts to happen is if the person's going on attack mode, like say I'm shuffling the cards like this, I've had a guy that came and this card basically came up and flicked me in the face because he's a fucking asshole. Don't even get me started on that nasty story. He had passed. I basically shut it down. I had the other boyfriend, husband, actually passed away husband, come forward, stepped in front of him and overshined the whole thing. And then the other guy couldn't say another word for the rest of the time. He followed me around for about a month trying to pester me, but he only can do little annoying things. You know what I mean? And again, if you banish them, they can come back. Banishing is more like they don't have to deal with you for a while, you know? Now, if someone evil is trying to come in, I'll be able to sense the energy immediately feeling before it even happens. Karma. I love that. Okay. Now I'm getting told too much. It's really complicated. It's a lot of energy. That's why I always look so airy all the time, is I am airy all the time. Thank you. I was gonna do that. Does anyone have any patience for me? Okay, this person had potentially 2 other lovers. One was Earth. And what was another air? I'm hearing you were basically the 2 in 1. This is gonna be that stupid victim mode shit, isn't it? What do you think, Cosmo? Should we go there? Cosmo is an emperor, so he'll probably say no. Yeah, and the guy came. Your happy little bee came in and out through the night. So, Gemini, what you're hearing your story basically is. I'll keep going, but whatever. What we're hearing your story is basically the person chose these other lovers before you, and until they pull their head from in their ass, eventually the energy will just break, unless you've already released them, and then karmically you won't have to deal with them again. Boom. Did we not just say that? So, you also could have Scorpio in your chart, or you could have Scorpio in your chart, obviously. Cosmo is like, no, we don't do that bullshit. I know, I'm catching on right now. I'm understanding. I understand what you're putting out. I know. Thank you. Thank you for giving me sugar. Yeah, I don't understand why it's so hard though. Okay, right here, my love. Woohoo! I'm just right here, chill. Orgasmic healing, spiritual therapy, page rituals, dirty habits, come clean. It's a new reality show. Isn't that our life though? Oh no, I'm sorry. That's just a Gemini Scorpio's life. I forget. Not everyone's lucky. Okay, so let's tap in. So, what do you recommend that my Geminis do for this new lifetime pattern that they keep falling into with this person? Do not continue the strength to appease this person. Do not be their financial provider, because they will live in lack until they pull their head out from their ass. Realize you didn't lose a wish. Realize in this lifetime, it doesn't matter anything about them. This is who you are. So if they're going to fuck up their lifetime, it doesn't fuck up yours. Honestly, from what I'm hearing, how does that mean? What do you mean by that? Well, what I'm hearing is you could be someone that's already passed your karmic contract up. Well, I'm not hearing you could have. You did. Again, I just don't say could have. You know what I mean? Which means you get a new karmic contract. How does that work? Well, it depends. Everyone's going to have their different opinions on how things work, right? But from what I perceive, which is looking at every culture in the world, taking them all and looking at the narrow version of what they all ideology conform to, basically, is because I don't look at things like this like everyone else. I look at things like this. It's part of what makes me me and so gifted in the way that I am gifted. Since you were so submissive in last life, were you submissive last night? Sorry, the sun is so bright. I don't know what to do. Are you gonna be scared? Yeah, he's like, what the fuck is that thing? I know, right? So last life, since this person cheated on you and traveled, I think that you lived at the palace by yourself. You cheated on them. Potentially with someone that was put here to protect you. It's like one of their best friends. Yeah, which created fighting. Overindulging. Of course, they're a hypocrite. Oh my gosh, this shit is so real. So real. And this lifetime, they're going to get even. As if like having multiple partners and or kids wasn't getting even. You chose to keep her. Oh, what I was going to say is for it. I don't know. Actually, I'm not going to say that because there's so many people out that are so objective because they are so prideful on being correct on their belief system, and that is that. And it is just like, fuck you. Oh my gosh. I just think it's pathetic. It's like, I find that the most ignorant trait in the world, and who in the world will follow an ignorant person? So much I can say right now. Because I was built for this battle. Yes, thank you. Sevens. It's supposed to be mutual with a temperance. And you guys are literally supposed to capitalize on finances. But unfortunately, this person just runs around and around. In people, out of people, in people, out of people. Seems like this lifetime they might not be getting kids though. When they learn how to healthy balance, they'll get their money and their love. But until they learn that, greediness about themselves, because they're such a controlling person, yet they do horrifying things to people, till justice is brought about, they will never get anything that they want. So they'll live lifetime over and over and over and over. And if you say, well, how is it last that they end up getting that? They didn't. Every person they end up with, except for one, had money. Because again, if they were with you, you're showing up as a queen. They're not showing up as a queen. Yeah, exactly. So you were the one with the money. Or the palace, or I'm not looking into your family shit right now, because obviously that's not where spirit wanted to guide us. But we have potentially, your mother could have been a high priestess, and that's why you're leading into that this lifetime. I will say the Queen of Cups for me is the most high priest, is the most high priestess, is the most psychic, because that is the yin. The yin and the yang. You should look into that if you don't know about it. I'm not here to teach. I'm here to grow people spiritually. I don't have time to be a teacher for everything I do. But if you have questions, ask. And if I can't answer them, I will. Otherwise, I will try to recommend and guide you to go in a direction. Just know when you do research things, the way that I was taught to research things, and my grandpa's a physics major, and my dad's the first IP engine in the world. So I come from fucking techie ass nerds. My sister, I swear, her lifetime should have been a lawyer this time, but she works for Amazon. But anyways, she should be a lawyer. I grew up in a family where unless you literally could state what you're stating in so many facts that no one could dismiss it, it was not right, but it was, you could present it. Otherwise, don't even think about presenting it. It will be dismissed immediately. That is, I think, why you became so submissive. It also taught you a lot, though. This is like a high priestess, right? That's teaching you other lifetimes to now become what you are today. Right? We follow in our, well, I mean, some of us do. Sounds like the person you're with doesn't follow anyone's footsteps but their own, and they just go in circles every lifetime. Isn't it here for exploring? Well, yeah, but don't you want to explore, like, the awesome things and benefits you can have in life and not just the sexual ones? Apparently not. Apparently this person is so insecure that the only thing that they have each lifetime is sex. I want to know about this person's family, but we can't tap into that because we're finding out about your story. What's the story of your family? Your family, one of your family members, your dad was an earth sign. Capricorn, I'm hearing that specifically. Or Sagittarius, too. Interesting. I'm hearing Capricorn, though. Capricorn. Interesting. If you had a son, your son was a Virgo. And he saw something he shouldn't have saw. Good boy on drinking water, but why are you drinking so much water? That's worrying me. Shit, he's cap. Why is he drinking so much water? What's wrong with you, baby? Why are you so thirsty? You're worrying me. You understand? I got you new cat food. Are you just really thirsty? That's not like you. That was a shit ton, or were you doing that to get food? Smart little Aries, you. You can have wet food tonight, but you don't listen to me if I give it to you earlier. Thanks for coming home at okay? I love you too. Thank you for your loves today. You're super affectionate. So not like you, Mr. Aries. You're so affectionate today. I love you. Try it and see what you think, Mr. Snob. Seafood. It's organic. How many times I have to get him food, different types of food. Me and my poor roommate, it's like ridiculous. He's so sensitive or something. The poor little thing will lose his hair like alopecia. So I'm always traveling when I'm traveling for work, or gonna hear him trying to always find different cat foods that are reasonable. We do dry and wet for him and his brother, but if we do wet at night because it lures him in because we have bobcats, so we have to have him in at nighttime. Even though his brother is like a Mancoon, basically. My roommates, baby. So, ultimately, when it comes to fulfillment, your person's always put finances and kind of praised finances before love, okay? This often led to indiscretions at the workplace in the past. Potentially with an empress, like we talked about. The Hierophant was right there. That's also why judgment hasn't occurred, because it, quite frankly, keeps happening every lifetime. Judgment's not going to happen for a karma that's going to happen every single lifetime. It will get, like, judgment it will be seen, or if you are divine, then they're just going to pull you away from the situation. Like, for me, for instance, if I was in the situation, it just wouldn't work anymore. No matter how much I wanted something, it just wouldn't be able to be happening. Period. Right? But I want to say something. Say it. I don't like being challenged, because I didn't do this YouTube to challenge people. And I don't know why people need to be self-righteous assholes that know all. But apparently, High Priestess and the Queen of Chalices come up again, so I'm just going to say it. Inevitably, for instance, someone that this is just an example. And who really knows, right? We won't really know until we're dead. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're a fucking human. You know anything and everything that a human will know. Period. Inevitably, my understanding from what I've experienced is inevitably most of our family karma has to do with family cycles. I've realized from my perspective, from what I've researched, these family cycles tend to always be tied within the family. However, we'll see these karmic cycles happen in multiple ways of relationship based on different ways that they manifest. How about that? Okay? Was that okay? Was that good? Good. With that being said, see how bright that is? With that being said, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. If I had a problem with my sister, okay, and I have 3 other, ironically, I have more probably, but 3 that I know for a fact are ideally just like her. Just like her, you know what I mean? They're stubborn. Well, their charts are about the same too. You know what I mean? They're difficult. I have the same issues with them. It's always Sagittarius's, which I actually love Sagittarius's. It's just when Sagittarius gets mad, it frightens me. But that's based on a trauma that I've had. And I'm sure when I get mad, I frighten people. You know what I mean? So it's the same kind of thing. So ironically, those are the only people. Those are some of my best friends. My sister's chart is similar to my best friend. Well, I've now had to live with my best friend for a little bit longer than anticipated regarding getting out of a physically abusive relationship where I almost died. Crazy enough. Yeah. Just, yeah. I have so much. Lord, my story is so dense and so deep, and I just am shocked because you would never look at me and see that. Which is also beautiful that I'm such a beautifully sweet person through such pain I've been through. I admire that so much about myself. When I had to run away, get away, leave everything, anything. I had to leave my dog at 115-pound pit bull. That was my life. My home, my things, anything, just to get away. Because what I wanted was a better life for myself. I didn't do this half. I want a better life for myself, so I'm going to stay attached and destroy it's a game. You don't want anything for yourself. When anyone fights in relationships, divorces, breakups, you both are self-centered victims that will never understand anything in life. If you need to maliciously go at someone, you're a self-centered victim that needs to get the fuck off my channel. Because that's not what I'm here for. And I don't need to deal with your bullshit, your games, your petty ways of trying to control people or getting even. For the person that goes, oh, I'm getting that Scorpio even. Why don't you get the fuck off my channel? Because I'm not here for people that don't want to grow. You just show an example of how you can't grow. Period. Therefore, you're going to start continuously seeing people like that in your life. Because you have so much bitterness and angerness that it literally is going to conform you. And the lies and the webs are going to get tighter and tighter. Inevitably, the situations that I've lost in my life, that I felt like I didn't want to lose, that I did, I've had people to not necessarily replace them, best friends that helped me by seeing their similarities and traits as the person. Ironically, neither of them want to be like each other, right? Because we don't want someone to remind us of our horrible traits of ourselves. But that's the point. If you would have looked at those traits, you could have changed those traits about yourself, and you would be continuously growing into who you are. Instead, others stunt their growth, play victims, and spiral webs for themselves. Whatever. You can grow through other relationships and friendships with similar charts. If you are in a situation where you can be with someone or around someone for such a dense amount of time, it is like a marriage, meaning, let's just say you're roommates with someone for 7 years. You're with their kids. You're with them. You become best friends. You have horrifying situations and beautiful situations, and then the horrifying ones basically don't really exist as bad as they had been one time, because you've learned to grow as two people. That is transitioning through a karmic cycle. It does not have to be a man and a man, a woman and a woman, a girl and a man. It does not even need to be that partner. Because technically that person represented a family member, a sister, a mom, a whatever. For me, a sister. Why? Because my mom and her sister had it, right? Opposites. You got a Sag and you got a Gemini. You got a Pisces and you got an Aqua. Like opposites, right? Bringing it back to friends. Still, you got... She's all Sagittarius. Polar opposite of me. I'm all air and water. She has a shit ton of water. Anyways, regardless, circumstances beyond me, I didn't expect to have to get out of it, that. You know what I mean? Granted, we have not been living together for 7 years. But the time of friendship that we've known each other, it's now been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it has been 7 because it was 4 before I was with my partner. Maybe 3 or 4. So it's been 6, maybe 6, okay. That we had lived 3 and then 3. Anyways, I've learned a lot about my relationships. She's taught me a lot about those aspects of the signs, the qualities I like as well. She's taught me a lot about how and where my sister comes from, who my sister is as a person, within her own way. Those kind of things allow you to kind of see how you want to respond to people. Now, dating-wise, I've realized, okay, well, I can handle the women like that. I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean, the masculines, I can't handle victims. So any sign that's on a victim mentality, a karmic cycle over and over and over and over and over and over, I will not do it. And maybe that's my gift this lifetime for dealing with it for so long. I don't know. And maybe this is your gift of enlightenment, because they don't want you to repeat a karmic cycle over and over and over. They don't want you to anymore be with people that praise. But it does look like you're building your financial capital by yourself. Your love is still radiating. You're still taking care of yourself. You're still giving all your shit. You're still got your ducks in a row. You're still always caring about anyone and everyone other than yourself. You're still seeing things in a better overall, brighter picture. You're still withdrawing from things that no longer serve you. You're still seeking what you know you absolutely deserve, period. Statement. Exclamation mark. I want to say you are releasing people or things that no longer see you for who you are. Because ultimately, you can create this just by thinking about it. Why? Because love and all the knowledge in the world can create money. But you cannot create money with someone. So, inevitably, if I was to pick up 2 cards and then I was to do the 1, 2, it would have been the Temperance. No money. Why? Because the High Priestess knows all and knows that this money is not made without blood, sweat, and tears and love. And inevitably, that is with them. So the Queen of Chalices will sit there while the money just comes rolling in, and the Sag will sit in poverty, wondering why they're trying to pick at their garden and it won't go. Might not be a Sag. I'm hearing earth and or fire, but I'm hearing fire, 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 fire. If you might have been with a couple fire signs this lifetime. Or someone that has fire within their center moon. Again, center moons are my priority in risings. I mean, the other planets are very important, but there are specific things for specific planets. When we're doing general reads, it is specific, okay? Geminis, what are we going to be doing? Releasing that person that looks like a Temperance and comes in all knowledgeable and they want to teach you things and this and this and this. And then you're with them and you realize they just want to teach everyone things. They want to learn from everyone and they always go in circles. Yet you're the one with the money, but they don't seem to ever see that. Because your spirituality is what leads you. You're blessed. Why? Because you choose to follow the divine. You don't follow anything that's shiny. That's what this person does. It's like, oh, they're shiny. I bet they could do this. It's like, you had it, but you don't seem to care. So why is the universe going to give it to you? Okay? Well, I hope this helped. A death to your old ways. I love that. I really appreciate you being here. I guess we can do one of these. This is really long reading. Oh, that's right. I was going to do that. Okay. I need to get that done. I got dehydrated salmon. No, what do they call that when it's just like... Anyways, it's like salmon jerky, I suppose, right? And I'm going to make something with it, a couple different things. I think I'm going to do... Yeah. So I'm excited. I just had to think about that today. I was on the boat yesterday. It was so fun. I get to go again next week, and I'm so blessed. Hope you all had an amazing weekend. Gemini's sun. Moon. Crazy. Whoops. I might have had it upside down by accident when I opened it. So I just realized that now that the box cover is even upside down. So let's just say if that was the case, these two would have been upside and this would have been reversed. Okay. 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 Beauty and devotion. Priestess, mystic, teacher. You could have been this a couple, like literally last lifetime. Okay, yeah. Now I'm seeing a different story of a woman on top of a mountain. Very all natural medicine, palm reading, that would travel into different small towns, very small towns, like very, like they're, like not, what do you call those things? Very calm, long gray hair. Oh, wow. Wow, like a mountaintop towns kind of things. I'm seeing horses too. She seems very, well, I don't even know really. Well, wow. The mountains are beautiful. She looks like someone that would do peyote. Okay, I have to come back. All these lifetimes have created this opportunity in the perfect timing. I think it's going to help a karmic cycle within family. I think repairing bonds within your mother or sister is going to be your priority. Sisters, mothers, like I'm hearing you know what I mean? Because like I said, it could be the only thing that's blocking you that you're going to have to keep working on, which this is something I ironically need to keep working on. Devotion, tune in the portal of your heart. This doesn't mean anything about you not having a heart. Obviously, you're coming up with the Queen of Chalices. That's yin. You cannot get more soft than yin. But since we're trying to be lifted up into a high priestess in a sense of bravery and strength, and since we are a empress, I'm doing this because Empresses is such a earthly name. I don't like Empresses. I know we know this. It's really hard for me. I find them so fucking selfish and they're usually miserable. And it is really hard for me to... Anyways, they're always so hurt. It's like their energy just wants to suck shit up. But I guess I'm water, so that's why I feel that way. Because they're just like, let's buy a whole bunch of shit and drink a whole bunch of shit and make it better. And then they don't end up better. But then since they buy these things to make a home, they're considering nurturing. But then they can be with someone and be like, but the kids are what I care. It just is a very... I don't like it. I see it as a way of having to protect yourself. So, that's why my Hindu karma is an Empress of me. Yeah, you see that? Just that looked like a pig. Yeah, exactly. They're fucking... Ugh. Devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. Why is it saying that? Because if they would work on their heart and they would take... Like, Empress is all about equal balance. Ironically, I never see them balance. Like, ever. Ever. Except for one who's a Capricorn. And she seems balanced, but she doesn't seem like the happiest I've ever seen in the world. So I guess, like, I don't know. Maybe I've never seen a happy Empress. But you're being asked to kind of step more out of the catering to yourself and other people. Open the portal of your heart. And that's going to be more with the High Priestess, because you're going to have to kind of protect yourself more to a certain extent. So in other words, you're going to have to protect yourself from people that no longer serve you. Relationships that no longer serve you. People that no longer understand you, that want to challenge you. People that don't want to sit and talk to you like a civilized human. People that want to play the victim game and try to control everyone through their... Those are just weak people. Those are usually, too, the people that blame everyone else for their problems, when inevitably they're their own problem. But of course, it's easier just to blame other people. By the time you find out that they were the liar, it's too late. You've already gotten so far in the relationship that they get away with murder, then they just jump to someone new and do it all over again, right? It's not really hard to not find these people. They're usually the ones jumping relationship to relationship, which, as we know, is inevitably not going to make you happy either. You can't find love. It's designed for you. People that are trying to find love are the people that don't realize that they don't think they're lucky enough that the universe would give them love. So that's their fault. If you're one of these people, that's your fault. You've never manifested love for yourself because you don't believe you deserve love, because you think you have to find love instead of it just being there for you. That is a needy bitch, and you're going to want. Absorb other people's energy for the rest of your life, always seeking more. It's like a dopamine addict, basically. It's also things emperors and empresses do when they're teetering. But anyways, I think that's enough. Gemini, yeah. I just see a lot of, yeah. You need to stop daydreaming as much. Okay? Stop. It's not good for you. You need to come back to Earth and realize you are needed here by all of us.